Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, we shall see how to perform division of fractions. So let us take an example in here and explain this concept. So let's say we want to divide 4 over 10, a fraction like that, divided by 6 over 8, like that. So let us understand this concept here. Step number 1. In here, we write the first fraction as is. The first fraction, what is given to us, is 4 over 10. As a second step, we're going to convert this division symbol into multiplication symbol, and then write the second fraction to the right of the division as its reciprocal. What do we mean by reciprocal? If we have a number 6 over 8, the reciprocal of 6 over 8 is 8 over 6. We reverse the order. The denominator becomes the numerator becomes the denominator. So the reciprocal of 6 over 8 can be written out as 8 over 6. This is called the reciprocal. Let me write here. The reciprocal of 6 over 8 is 8 over 6. So we write this one as 8 over 6. And then now, as step number 2, we're going to perform we're going to simplify this process. We multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. 4 times 8 is what we have in the numerator, and 10 times 6 is what we have in the denominator. Now, when we have numbers in the numerator and numbers in the denominator, we can simplify them. Let's start with 4 and 10. 4 and 10, both of them are multiples, and now therefore we're going to take the 2 times table. 2 is common in both 4 and 10. 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 5 is 10. So we look at the numerator value 2 and the number in the denominator value, which is 6. So 6 is a multiples of 2. So 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 3 is 6. So there is nothing more to simplify in here. So therefore we're going to put all these numbers together. We have 1 times 8 in the numerator, and then 5 times 3 in the denominator. So 1 times 8 is 8, and then 5 times 3 is 15, and therefore 8 over 15 is the simplified form of this division of these two fraction numbers. 4 over 10 divided by 6 over 8 simplifies to 8 over 15, like that. Let's look at another example. Okay, let's get some more practice on this. We want to simplify a fraction like this: negative 14 over 20 divided by another fraction, negative 28 over 30, like that. So as a first step, we're going to write the first fraction as is, negative 14 over 20. We're going to convert the division into multiplication, and then we're going to write the second fraction as the reciprocal of that. 28 over 30 is the number we have, and the reciprocal of 28 over 30 is 30 over 28. The denominator becomes the numerator, and the numerator becomes the denominator when we write it as a reciprocal. So therefore the reciprocal of 28 over 30 can be written out as 30 over 28. The negative sign still remains. And now, as a second step, we're going to multiply the signs. Negative times negative is a positive. Then we multiply the numerator parts. 14 times 30 divided by 20 times 28. That is what we have. Therefore, when we simplify this, we can simplify it as follows. We're going to look at the numbers in the numerator and numbers in the denominator, and if they are multiples of one another, we will simplify it. Now, we have a number 14 in the numerator and 28 in the denominator. 28 is the multiples of 14. So 14 times 1 is 14, 14 times 2 is 28. Then we look at the numbers 30 and the numbers 20. The 30 is in the numerator, 20 is in the denominator. Whenever a number ends in 0, it is multiples of 10. So 10 times 2 is 20, 10 times 3 is 30. So we have simplified. There are no more numbers to simplify, so therefore we'll put them together. 1 times 3 is what we have in the numerator, and 2 times 2 is what we have in the denominator. 1 times 3 is 3, divided by 2 times 2 is 4, and all of this is with a positive sign. So we need not have to really write the positive sign. The positive signs are implied, but in this case, if we put a positive sign, it doesn't hurt. So 3 over 4 is the simplified form. This is the simplified form of dividing these two fractions. Negative 14 over 20 divided by negative 28 over 30. It simplifies to a positive 3 over 4 like that. Okay, let's look at another example. In this example, let's say we want to find the quotient of, let me write this. Quotient means division. Find the quotient of these two numbers, 6 over 8 and 12. These are the two numbers we have, and as a first step number 1, 6 over 8 divided by 12. That is what we have. So in here we're going to write it out as follows. Step number 2. 6 over 8, we write the first fraction as is. We convert the division into multiplication, and we want to convert the 12, we want to write the 12 as its reciprocal. We have the number 12, means 12 over 1 as a fraction. If we want to write 12 over 1 as its reciprocal, we're going to write it out as 1 over 12. The denominator becomes the numerator, and the numerator becomes the denominator when we write it as a reciprocal. So therefore 12 over 1, the reciprocal for 12 over 1 can be written as 1 over 12 like that, and therefore we'll come back here and place that value there. Therefore now we are ready to simplify. We multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators like that. 6 times 1 divided by 8 times 12. So now we look at the numerators and look at the denominators, and if we see numbers which are multiples of one another, we simplify them. So in here we have 6 in the numerator and 12 in the denominator. 12 is the multiples of 6, so 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, and therefore there is nothing more to simplify in here, and therefore we're going to write this one as 1 times 1 divided by 8 times 2, which is going to be equal to 1 times 1 is 1, 8 times 2 is equal to 16. Therefore, the simplified form of 6 over 8 divided the 6 over 8 divided by 12, the simplified form of that is going to be equal to 1 over 16, and that is the way we want to find. We want to simplify the division of fraction problems. In my next presentation, we shall see more examples on division of fractions.